Well, the Flying Scotsman is two things. It's a locomotive, and I'm stood on it now, and a train. And the locomotive is very, very famous, probably the most famous locomotive in the world. And here it is in the middle of the exhibition. The train, of course, if you want to travel on that, it's the 0540 from Edinburgh, and it still runs every day through the middle of York. What can they see at the exhibition on the Flying Scotsman? They can understand the history of the Flying Scotsman, the train and the locomotive, and best of all, we've made the locomotive, which is an operational machine, we've split it from its tender so you can actually get in and see the cab and see how the crew work and see the corridor tender and all the reasons why this machine was very special. Well, Flying Scotsman is the most famous locomotive in the world, and why would you want to get close and personal to that? Well, because partly you own it. It's a national treasure, and therefore as a national treasure it's great in a national museum to get people close to it. What can people see in the cab? Well, they can see the driver's seat here, how the driver drives it. There's the regulator, that makes the steam go into the cylinders, the speedometer, the steam chest pressure gauge, he knows how much power he's putting down on the wheels, the means by which he adjusts how much steam is used, the brakes, the fireman's side. Fireman also gets a comfy seat as well, and the fire hole door, and the means of putting water into the boiler, and the means of showing you how much water is in the boiler. Well, the thing about steam locomotives is, and this is an advertising slogan that came way back, they're warm and tender, basically. They're a visceral, warm experience. You can sense the power in them, you can sense their sense of purpose, particularly when they're moving, when they're operating. So for that reason, people have an association with steam locomotives in a way they don't with other machines. And for that reason, having the most famous locomotive in the world here on public view is a very good thing for a museum to do.